We tend to believe that money equals happiness. We tell ourselves, if only I had more money, I'd be happy. If I'd won the lottery, all my problems would disappear. A higher salary would finally make me feel satisfied. But what if this is one of the biggest psychological myths we live by? The truth is, money can contribute to happiness, but it is not happiness itself. What we're truly chasing are the things that bring us joy. The freedom to travel, a less stressful job, a home that feels like a sanctuary. We're after the positive emotions these provide: relaxation, security, comfort, and pleasure. While money may help us reach these goals, the experience of happiness is not monetary. Yet, over time, we associate wealth with happiness. We shift from pursuing meaningful goals to chasing numbers in a bank account. We forget what we originally wanted money for and end up feeling perpetually lacking no matter how much we earn. Psychology reveals that the key to unlock happiness through money lies not in your income, but in your perceived wealth. Why money and happiness aren't directly linked. It's true that economic factors matter up to a point. The World Happiness Report has shown that GDP can predict life satisfaction across countries, especially in lower-income economies. But beyond a certain threshold, more money stops translating into more happiness. Research has shown once basic needs and comforts are covered, additional income does little to boost day-to-day positive emotions. That's because some of the strongest predictors of happiness have little to do with finances. These do instead. Firstly, quality relationships. Social connection and intimacy can't be bought. Secondly, social comparison. Satisfaction often depends on how we perceive our status relative to others, not our absolute wealth. Thirdly, gratitude and savoring. Happiness stems from appreciating what you have, not just accumulating more. So while money influences well-being, it does so through subjective perception. How you view your own financial standing, how you compare yourself to others, and how much value you assign to what you already possess. This is where perceived wealth comes in. What is perceived wealth? Perceived wealth is your subjective sense of financial abundance. That is, how wealthy you feel, regardless of what you actually own. Two people with similar incomes can have wildly different levels of perceived wealth. One can feel constantly behind, anxious, and not enough. The other might feel secure, grateful, or even abundant. This mindset doesn't just affect your mood. It shapes your financial behaviors, your relationships, and your overall satisfaction with life. How to cultivate perceived wealth without a race. You don't need a higher salary to feel richer. Here's how to shift your mindset. Firstly, invest in experiences, not things. Research shows that spending on experiences like trips, classes, concerts brings longer-lasting happiness than material purchases. This is because experiences become part of your identity, create memories, and foster connections. Secondly, practice intentional gratitude. Regularly reflect on what you do have, whether it's a stable job, a comfortable bed, or access to nature. Gratitude revives your brain to notice abundance, not lack. Thirdly, limit comparison, especially upward. Social media and affluent peer groups can distort our sense of enough. Consciously reduce exposure to feeds or conversations that trigger comparisons. Remember, you're seeing highlights, not full realities. Fourth, define what enough means to you. Without a personal definition, you'll keep moving the goal. Ask yourself, what does a good life look like for me? What amount of money would allow me to feel secure and free? And finally, spend money in ways that align with your values. Money feels more meaningful when it supports what you care about, whether that's family, learning, health, or creativity. Align your spending with your values, not others' expectations. I'm not here to dismiss the importance of money. It provides security, access, and opportunity. And removing financial stress is one of the most effective ways to improve well-being. But fixating on the number alone can instead push happiness further away. We don't need more money to be happy. Instead, we need to better recognize the wealth we already have. Perceived wealth isn't about denying reality or settling for less. It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of adequacy. It's about pursuing money with purpose, not obsession, and enjoying it along the way. Because true abundance isn't about having everything. It's about feeling like what you have is everything you need.